श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। वागीशाद्यासमनसः सर्वार्थानां भगिर्मेन त्वाकृतकृत्यासुतं नमामि गजाननं। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुक्मव्यामोहतस्तदितराणि चरणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोः भगवतोऽस्य दैहिकसिन्धो रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण द्वैतवासनापदमुच्यते बोधात्मकाय नमस्तस्मै भगवते श्रीरमणमहर्षिः हृदाकाशे सदाभान्तं शान्तमानन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभावनं वन्दे सद्गुरुं श्रीसत्यसायिनं ममन्तर्यामिनं। दोर्भिर्युक्ता चतुर्भिस्फटिकमणिमयीम् अक्षमालां तदा नास्तेनैकेन पद्मं सिद्धं शिशुकं पुस्तकं चापरेण भासा कुन्देन्दुशङ्खस्फटिकमणिनिभा भासमाना समाना सा मे वाग्देवतेयं निवसद्वदने सर्वदा सुप्रसन्ना। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरमारुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं। गोष्पदीकृतवारीशमशकीकृतराक्षसं रामायण महामालारत्नमन्दे लीलात्मजमञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकीशोकनाशनं कवीशमक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम्। उल्लङ्घ्य सिन्धोसलिलं सलिलं यशोकवन्यं जनकात्मजायादाय तेनैव तथाकलङ्कां नमामि तं प्राञ्जलिराञ्जनेयम्। आञ्जनेयमतिपाटलाननं काञ्चनाद्रिकमणीयविग्रहं वारिजातधर्मूलवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं। यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकम्। मनोजवमारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजमानरयुतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि दशरथात्मजे वेद प्राचीतसादासीत् साक्षात् रामायणात्मना। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। वैदेही सहितं सुरधर्मतले मे महामण्डपे मध्ये पुष्पकमासने मणिमये वीरासने सुस्थितमग्रे वाचयति प्रपञ्चनसुते दत्तं मुनिभ्यः परं व्याख्यान्तं भरतादिभिः परिवृतं रामं भजे श्यामळं। वामे भूमिसुता परश्चन्मान् पश्चात् सुमित्रा सुता शत्रुघ्नो भरतश्च बाष्पतलेयो वायुवादको नेषे सुग्रीवश्च विभीषणश्च विराट् तारासुतो जाम्बवान् मध्ये नीलसरोजकोमलरुचिं रामं भजे श्यामळम्। नमोस्तु रामाय लक्ष्मणाय देवी जगसे जनकात्मजाय नमोस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो नमोस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः। जानकीकान्तस्मरणं आञ्जनेय स्वामी की। सकृदेव प्रपन्नाय तवास्मीति च याचते अभयं सर्वभूतेभ्यो ददाम्येतत् व्रतं मम। Very important shloka in Srimad Ramayana. It is called Ramacharama Shlokam. Generally, Charamana last, ultimate. Charama Shloka, the ultimate shloka. Generally, it is understood to be सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. அப்படின்னு பகவான் declaration in the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna tells Arjuna, after having expounded on various yogas in great detail, right at the end of the 18th chapter towards 67 shlokas mudinju, Krishna says to Arjuna, I've told you everything. You can do as you decide right. Without holding back anything in response to your questions, I have revealed everything to you. But because you are very dear to me, because you are my friend, you are my devotee, because I love you very much, I'm going to tell you the greatest truth ever. Abdini cholli to preamble. Bhagavan makes a long preamble. He says, because you are very close to me, because you are very dear to me, because you are such a close friend of mine, adinale aapku solren illati solliyachi. I have actually told you everything that needs to be said. Inime karish, you can yatechiti tata kuru appadinu solran Bhagavan. You can do as you please appadinu. யூ கேன் டூ ஆஸ் யூ ப்ளீஸ் அப்படின்னு சொன்னதுக்கப்புறம் பகவானுக்கே ஒரு சடன்லி பகவான் ஃபீல்ஸ் a little restless. ஏன்னா நிஜமாவே வாட் இஃப் he does what he pleases? Suddenly, yatechita thakur cholya, as though giving great freedom to him, you do as you, whatever you want, whatever you feel like doing, you can do that. அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு, but if he really goes ahead and does whatever he wants to, என்ன பண்றது தோணிட்டு பகவானுக்கு. அதனால what does பகவான் say அப்படின்னா, इति ते ज्ञानमाख्यातं गुह्यात् गुह्यतरं मया विमृश्यैतद् अशेषेण यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु. The essence of jnana I have given you. Guhyat guhyataram. The most secret, confidential knowledge I have given to you. சொல்லிட்டேன், இருந்தாலும் சர்வகுஹ்யதமம் பூயஹா, அதை விட சர்வகுஹ்யதமம். இங்க வந்து குஹ்யாத் குஹ்யதரம், இது நான் குஹ்யதமம். குஹ்யம், குஹ்யதரம், குஹ்யதமம். 3 grades. அதாவது குட், பெட்டர், பெஸ்ட் சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, லைக் தட். Guhyam, secret. Guhyataram, more of a secret. Guhyatamam, the most secret. Sarva Guhyatamam, adila sarvathiliyume, in everything the greatest secret I'm going to tell you. Bhuyaha shrunume paramam vachaha. This is my supreme word. Listen to it. Yena இஷ்டோசி மே திருடம் இதி, யூ ஆர் வெரி டியர் டு மீ, நீ எனக்கு ரொம்ப இஷ்டம். பகவானை நம்ம இஷ்ட தேவதைன்னு கொண்டாடுறோம், பகவான் பக்தனை இஷ்டன் அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம். இன் உபாசனா, இன் வர்ஷிப், we refer to ishta. The ishta அப்படின்னு சொன்னாலே the chosen or the very dear deity. அதாவது குலதெய்வம்னு ஒன்று உண்டு. You may have a Kuladevam. Kuladevam is the god that is worshipped by your ancestors in your clan. But you may have a Ishtadevata. Ishtadevata அப்படின்னா the god whom you prefer, you like, the name or the form of the god that you like. It is called Ishta. Bhagavan is looking at Arjuna and saying, Ishto simena, you are very dear to me. அதனால ததோ வக்ஷாமி தே ஹிதம், therefore for your sake I am telling you something very important. என்னது? மன்மனாமவத்பக்தோ மத்யாஜி மாம் நமஸ்குரு மாமே வைஷ்யசி சத்யந்தே பிரதிஜாப்னே பிரியோசி மே சர்வதர்மான் பரித்யஜ்ய மாமேகம் சரணம் ரஜ அஹம் த்வா சர்வபாபேப்யோ மோக்ஷயிஷ்யாமி மா சுச்ச. அப்படின்னு பகவான் declares, the greatest secret is you surrender to me, be devoted to me, surrender to me, I will release you, you will reach me. This is the greatest secret ன்னு சொல்றாங்க. இது கிருஷ்ண சர்ம ஸ்லோகம்னு பேர் இருக்கு. Because this is uttered by Krishna, this is called Krishna Charama Shloka, Krishna's last ultimate shloka. But the one that is in the Ramayana which I just chanted now is the Ramacharma Shloka. என்னதுன்னு, சக்ருதேவ பிரபன்னாய தவாஸ்மீதி ச யாச்சதே அபயம் சர்வபூதேப்யோ ததாம்யேதத் வ்ரதம் மம. சக்ருதேவ, just once. சக்ருத்னா once-னு, just once. பிரபன்னாய அப்படின்னா, if a person comes to me just once and says tavasmi, I belong to you, I am yours, அப்படின்னு if he comes and surrenders to me, பிரபன்னாய அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. பிரபன்னாயன்னா பிரபத்தி பண்ணவன் அப்படின்னு, பிரபன்னன்னு அர்த்தம். One who has surrendered to me. One who comes to me and surrenders to me, uttering but once, I am yours, I belong to you. Then abhayam sarvabhutebhyo dadamyetat pradam maman, I give him freedom from fear from all bhutas, all beings. I give them freedom from fear from all beings. They do not have to fear anything in this world. Beings, bhuta அப்படினு சொன்னா, not merely living beings, devatas. அதுல பெரிய தேவதன் யாருன்னா, மிருத்யுர்தாவதி பஞ்சம இதின்னு சொல்ற, மிருத்யு, டெத். அபயா அப்படின்னாலே freedom from fear from what? From death. மரணபயம் மிக்குள அம்மக்கள் அரணாக மரணபவம் இல்லா மகேஷன் சரணமே ஷார்வரோ அப்படின்னு ரமண பகவான் சேசன் உள்ளது 40. மரணபயம் மிக்கு உள அம்மக்கள், those who are filled, terrified by death, who are filled with fear of death, what should they do? Marana bhavamilla maheshan, the Lord who is free from samsara, free from death, birth, etc. Sharaname Sharvaro, will go and surrender to him. A charvodu tam shavutra. With that, they get rid of death. Shavennam Sharvaro. Will they ever get the feeling, get the fear of death thereafter when they have completely conquered death? Shavadavar Nittar. Shavadavar, they will never have any death. They are Nittar. They are Nityas, eternals. Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra, in the context of Vibhishana coming and seeking refuge, Vibhishana has not yet come and fallen at Rama's feet to say, I am surrendered to you. Hearsay தான். Monkeys have come and said, Aro Vibhishana Nam. Some Vibhishana, it seems, younger brother of Ravana, it seems, he wants to seek shelter, seek refuge, surrender to you. Avan Jolala, no. Vibhishana has not said. Somebody is conveying Vibhishana's message only. That mere conveying of Vibhishana's message itself prompts from Rama this extraordinary statement. It is my vrata, it is my sworn vow that I will protect that being that has surrendered to me by declaring, but once I am yours, I belong to you, I rid him of all fear. Abdinu Bhagavan declares. Amanjalaliye, Vibhishana has not come and said, Abdina, it is not necessary for the individual to go personally to the Lord and say. It is enough if he says it to the Guru. To show that parampara here, Vibhishana does not directly meet with Rama. Instead, his message is conveyed to Rama. And who is going to plead on his behalf? When all the other monkeys are saying no to him, Hanuman is the only one who is going to plead on behalf of Vibhishana. May Vibhishana please be accepted. I know him. I vouch for him. Anna, Rama is not waiting for anybody to say yes. Despite all the monkeys saying no, Rama decides to accept him. Which shows that democracy is a crazy idea. Because if you go by merely the majority view, if the majority are fools, then you end up implementing foolish things. Majority generally fools now. Majority generally foolish. இதுக்கு என்ன திருஷ்டாந்தம்னா, இந்த ஆர்கனைசேஷன்லாம் அப்ரைசல் பண்ணும்போது ஒரு எஸ் கர்வ் அப்படின்னு இன்வெர்டட் எஸ் கர்வ் ஏதோ ஒரு பண்ணுவாளே, ஒரு பெல் கர்வ் பண்ணுவாளே, நார்மலைசேஷன் அப்படின்னு. Have you seen that? It will go like this. The bottom or 10% are the really, the terrible. அப்புறம் டாப் 10% அது ஒரு really supreme. நடுவில் 80% are the common folk. அப்போ 80 தான் மெஜாரிட்டி. The majority are mediocre. 10% are the worst, 10% are the best, 80% are also ran. Appo, what is democracy? Listening to the 80% who are just also runs. Also voted. So you are basically fulfilling what this 80% has said. Democracy is just because public says something doesn't mean we've got to listen to it. What is right alone has to be done. That means you've got to understand, yes, you can seek everybody's viewpoint, but in the end, that which is good and right alone should be implemented, not because simply it is a majority viewpoint, it should not be implemented. எங்கேயுமே எல்லாரும் கேட்டாங்கிறதுக்காக பண்ண முடியாது இல்லையா? Bhagavan listens to everybody, but ultimately he does what he wants to do. But even then, somebody is required to convey the news to him, convey the message to him from Vibhishana. But Bhagavan is not waiting for anybody to say yes. He says, if they have come to me, I am already accepting them. The situation purinjukongo. Nobody is required, nobody's recommendation, not even the Guru's recommendation is required for Bhagavan to accept you. However, you cannot get to him except through somebody. Yuha Vishaya. Bhagavan does not require any recommendation whatsoever. But without going through all those, you cannot get to him. Your message of your surrender cannot reach him but through this. This is only a person who is conveying the message. He is not the influencer of the decision. Guru is not influencing Bhagavan's decision. Bhagavan has already decided. The Guru has decided. Convey. Conveyancer. When you buy a house, you have a conveyancer. No? What is he doing? The seller is selling, buyer is buying, bank is giving the loan. What does the conveyancer do? Connects all the dots and calls you. Congratulations, you have bought the house. We deal with the conveyancer, bank deals with the conveyancer, everybody deals with the conveyancer. Ultimately, conveyancer is the one who takes our phone call and also returns the phone call to us saying, congrats, you bought the house. So, Guru is like a conveyancer. He simply conveys. Between here and there, everywhere. Moonu party irukkinga. Loan kudukra Bhagavan irukam. Abhayam kudukra Bhagavan. Bhagavan who sanctions gives abhayam. The individual who is applying for abhayam by saying, I am yours. And conveyancer Guru. Nadula ukandhu irukra Asami. Avar enna pandrar appadina ella okayva, fine. See. Bhagavan meet Vibhishana, Vibhishana meet Bhagavan. Rama meet Sugriva, Sugriva meet Rama. Rama meet Vibhishana, Vibhishana. Ellathilum Hanuman dane pradhanam. Hanumat samena Guruna Nisha. In all these meetings, Hanuman is the most important person facilitating everything happening, but Rama has already come in search of Sugriva. Hanuman did not make Rama favor Sugriva already because Shabari has told, already because Kavanta has told, another Rama is anyway coming in search of Sugriva. Why Hanuman? But without Hanuman, Rama cannot meet Sugriva. Rama has said, let anybody come, I will accept him. So when Vibhishana comes, Vibhishana has been accepted even when he is asking permission. Then why Hanuman? Without Hanuman, Vibhishana cannot be accepted. This is what kata. Why so? Because I have given this example many times in Prashanthi Nilayam. In the supermarket, when you go and buy something from the supermarket in Prashanthi, there are a lot of sevadals. They come because they want to serve. So there are a huge lineup of people ready to serve, waiting to serve, willing to serve, wanting to serve, hoping to serve, seeking to serve. How many opportunities are there? There is not many more things to do. What do they do? For instance, supermarket they found is a good place. So you will find that there are, when you go to the checkout, you will find one person managing the queue. You can go next, sir. We ourselves know, but anyway, he will say, so we'll go. Then where the conveyor belt comes, one fellow will take all the things and put it out. Then the main person will scan everything and bill. Another person will put everything into the bag. And then another person will check the bill. Who is going to cheat? Cheat there will be a seva that will check the bill, every item of the bill, check the bag. One fellow says, when you're going out, one fellow says, I am. Why 10 sevadals for such a somebody asked actually, a brilliant Aussie went from here to Parthi. He spent many years in the corporate field as a management consultant. And we all know what a management consultant does. He pokes his nose where it is not his beeswax, and then he tries to do something where nothing is required. And the Mario Rashami, he went there. He's somebody we know. He went there and he saw the gross inefficiency of how everything was being run in Prashanthi Nilayam. So many sevadals everywhere. If one task, 10 people, you can make a classic joke. How many sevadals does it take to change a light bulb? One to say Sai Ram, one to take the bulb, one to remove the old bulb, one to fix the new bulb, one then to say Sairam after that once again. So this man, for the first or second time, is going to Parthi itself. He's new to the whole business, new to Swami, new to everything. But seeing what he thought was gross inefficiency, he actually walked into, nobody else can do, only Westerners can do this. He actually walked into the office and said, I would like to see the person in charge of the whole ashram. So those people said, Sairam sir, why, what is it? Now I've got a lot of ideas of how to change and make this thing more efficient, run this machinery a bit more efficient. So I thought I'd like to share and I'd like to have an appointment with the boss. Our Swami is the boss. Sir, Swami is the boss. Unless he calls you for interview, you can't get an appointment, get out from here. Don't get me wrong, Indians also will do these things. Westerners are a bit more foolish about it. Indians are a bit more devious about it. And Ramana Bhagavan would always say that when they come to ashram, first they will come to the ashram only to meditate. Then after some time they look around. Instead of meditating, they look at everything happen. Then after that they will start giving us suggestions on what to do. And nobody will march into the office and say, I would like to see the top man in charge so that I can share my idea. Ego. Who cares for you? That place has been running for years and years and years. You've just walked in and you think because you've got a couple of ideas in your head, you merit a meeting with the top boss so that you can share and tell him how to run this place better. The reason why there are so many Sevadals doing a job which doesn't require that many people is because there are so many Sevadals. What to do? Simple. The reason why there are so many Sevadals to do a simple job is because there are so many Sevadals. You have got to give everybody an opportunity. Guru, he needs to be given a job. It is not, nobody is required for the job, but still somebody has to be appointed to do that. Guru. Bhagavan doesn't require anybody, we do not require anybody, but nevertheless, you've got to go through this assembly line. Sharanagati we have discussed several times throughout this series of discourses on Ramayana. In the shloka way, several times we've spoken about and quoted Sakriteva Prapannaya Tavasmi Itiche Achate Tavasmi. We've got to go and surrender to him saying, I belong to you. This is Unudan word. All that Bhagavan wants is for us to belong to him. Belong to him, we already belong to him. We are already his only. It is not that we are going to suddenly change ownership to him. Title deed matradala onnumilla. There is no changing of title deed or something here. What is it now? Acknowledging that we have always belonged to him. That is all that is required. Because we strut about under the impression that we are independent, belonging to ourselves. Belonging to ourselves, my way of things, the way I like things to be, my ideas, my opinions, my agenda, my desires, my aims, my aspirations, my ambition, my life. Bhagavan says, no, it is mine actually. It is not yours. And all we have got to do is accept that. We cannot accept it. That is the difference between a person who has surrendered to Bhagavan and one who has not surrendered to Bhagavan. A healed mind does not plan. It carries out the plan that it receives through listening to wisdom that is not its own. A healed mind is relieved of the belief that it must plan. A healed mind. This is a Western concept. Therefore, they believe they use a different word. It's called healed mind. What do we say? We say surrendered soul. Prapanna. A person who is surrendered, what does he do? He does not plan. Instead, he merely executes the plan that he has derived, that he is listening to, from a wisdom that he clearly knows is not his own. That's why I am executing my plan. The plan is not mine, it is his, and what is it doing? It is merely executing that plan. And what makes a mind healed? No. It is relieved of the belief that it must plan. Why do we plan? We plan because we believe it is our life, and we've got to plan it in such a way that it goes according to our wishes. Yeah, whenever you use the word plan, think about it. What are you planning for? What are we planning for? What plan? What is the aim of the plan? What is the ultimate unstated motive of the plan? Success. Success tam plan. What is success? The next definition, what is success? It is making sure that the plan executes as per whatever I have in mind to produce the result I have in mind. Is this not what a plan is? And what the definition of success is? Because we know where we want to go and how we want to get there, we are able to make a plan. We make a holiday plan, we look for cheapest airfares, flexible airfare. Flexible airfares nowadays will be the most important choice for everybody. Mainly, will you refund if we have to cancel because of So we make the plan, wherever we want to go, we think where we want to go, and so on and so forth. Suppose generally we'll make a plan. On the other hand, suppose we win a lottery. Not a lottery, or some kind of a raffle, and where they say an all expenses paid trip to a destination of our choice. You will be taken to a destination of our choice, but all expenses paid trip. You are so excited. Will you plan anything? You cannot plan anything because you don't know where you are going. And you do not know how you are going. Are you going to go by train? Are you going to go by flight? Are you going to go by ship? What can you plan? Nothing you can plan. You are still going on a holiday, but somebody else is taking you on the holiday. Therefore, there is nothing left for you to plan. So what do? You hope for the best and you plan to enjoy it. What we are on currently is an all expenses paid holiday to earth. இதுவே all expenses paid தான். ஏன்னா இது ஆல்ரெடி புண்ணியம் பாபம் எல்லாம் பகவான் கரன்சி எல்லாம் எடுத்து ஆல்ரெடி ப்ரீபெய்டு வேற இது. நாட் ஈவன் all expenses, ப்ரீபெய்டு இது. If we already bought, purchased, even before we were born, we have already purchased all the places where we are going to go, all the joys we are going to have, all the sorrows we are going to have, எல்லாம் ஆல்ரெடி ப்ரீ-பிளான்ட், ப்ரீ-பர்ச்சேஸ் தான். ஒன்றும் மாற்ற முடியாது, ஒன்றும் பிளான் பண்ண முடியாது. ஆனால் உட்காந்து பிளான் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். We are still making plans. ஏன்னா we believe, I am mine, I am free, I am independent, I can plan. அதனால தவாஸ்மி அப்படிங்கிற வார்த்தை. Otherwise, simply to go and say I am yours. Now, what does it mean when you go to somebody and say you belong to them? What does it mean? Can you even think what it means? Can you even think what it means? Because the concept of belonging to somebody does not arise to anybody. Even a child is independent. Even a child, although we say you are my child, and we are saying, child also is saying, whatever, I am free, I will still do what I want. Now, get up, get up, get up. Karthala, especially when you try to wake the child, get up, get up, get up. We'll have 2 children at home. Wake up, one child will say 5 minutes. Another child will say, no, I am sleepy. Straight away, no, I am sleepy. But even a child wants to carry out its own mind. Whatever is in its mind, it wants to do that. The concept of belonging to somebody, it is a very alien concept to us. We actually do not understand what it means. That is why Sharanagati is so hard and difficult for people to achieve. Concept we do not understand what the concept of Sharanagati is. What is Sharanagati? Many people have come up with great interpretations and definitions of Sharanagati in Shastras. No one summed it up better than Ramana Bhagavan, who said, Sharanagathina enna hoy? வெள்ளத்துல கிள்ளி எறிஞ்ச துரும்பு போல அப்படின்னு சொன்னார். Like a blade of grass that has been plucked and thrown into the flood waters. That is Sharanagati. Swami சொன்னார், Swami says, whatever happens is for my good. அப்படிங்கிறது திருட விசுவாசம், firm faith in the fact that whatever happens is happening for good. அதான் Sharanagati. இதெல்லாம் this is coming from their side. ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க, this is coming from their side. யார் side அப்படின்னா those who are the Sharanyas, the one to whom we should surrender. They have their own idea and opinion. They say it is like being a blade of grass or accepting everything as your good அப்படின்னு. நம்ம கட்சியில ஒரு ஆள் இருக்கார். There is one person who belongs to our side. யார் அப்படின்னா Girish Chandra Ghosh, ஒரு drunkard. A drunkard man called Girish Chandra Ghosh, who was Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's disciple, and he says, surrender na enna, he calls it power of attorney, giving the power of attorney to Thakur. What does it mean? He says, not even being able to think on my own without his permission is the meaning of giving over the power of attorney. Not even being able to think, even the thought that arises in our head is also by his will, for his pleasure. Recognizing, realizing, understanding that alone is called Sharanagati. Adan Tavasmi in Artham, I belong to you, I am fully yours. I am not free to even have a thought of my own without seeking permission from you. அந்த காலத்தில் ஸ்லேவரி இருந்தது இல்லையா? Like slavery that was there in those days. Even slaves could have their own thoughts. Even when they were slaves, at least they could have their own thoughts. Even thoughts you cannot have. To absolute slavery. Slavery, no. On the other hand, it is the total freedom. Mokshaishyami masucha. I will liberate you. This ultimate slavery is the absolute freedom. What we are in right now is the slavery. What is the slavery right now? The belief that we must plan. Are we not laboring under the cosmic delusion of our own self-importance? The belief that we have got to do, we are responsible, we've got duties, we've got responsibilities. That we have to plan for our own success. Actually, I am completely, totally free. But when will I become free? Tavasmi. When we go and tell him, I am yours completely, I do not have to bother about myself anymore. As you make me dance, I dance. If you finish with that, then that is called Sharanagati. Rama defines it by saying Tavasmi ticha yachate yachate. Yachanam and to beg. Yachate to beg. Yachakam and to beg, to seek. And now what is he seeking? Tavasmi iti cha yachate. Funny. He is giving himself to Bhagavan and then asking. Before he can ask, Bhagavan says, Abhayam dadami. Abhayam dadami. I give abhayam. I give freedom from fear. Because we do not know what to ask also. Adhanala Bhagavan himself says, don't worry about asking, I know, I will give you freedom from fear. Abhayam. Sarvabhutebhyo dadami etat vratam mama. This is my vrata. Bhagavan ki enna per Satyavratam. Satyavrata anu Bhagavan ku per. Dridhavrataha, Satyavrataha appadinu solrom. One who is firm in his vow. One who is firm in upholding the promise he has made. What is the promise that Rama makes? And nobody can accuse Rama of ever being false to his words இல்லையா? துர்நாபிபாஷதே அப்படின்னு சொல்றார். Rama says, I will never speak twice. If I've said it, I've said it. And the Rama says here, this is my vrata, this is my sworn pledge that I will protect those who surrender to me. I will give them freedom from fear. Those who surrender to me and those who say I belong to you. அப்படின்னு ஒரு தடவை, எத்தனை தடவை do you have to say repeatedly every day? Sakrideva, but once. But, and there has to be a but. என்ன பட் அப்படின்னா, since Rama is truthful, he expects us also to be truthful. Rama is making a pledge. He says, I will definitely protect you, but he expects us also to be sincere and honest when we say Tavasmi. We cannot say Tavasmi and then do something else. But how to protect ourselves from doing something else? Are we clever enough to do that? No. That is why Andal says, first she says, I belong to you. என்ன வேணும்னா, what do I seek from you? I want belongingness to you. இற்றைக்கும் எழுவிக்கும் உந்தன்னோருற்றோமையாவும் உனக்கே நாமாட்சைவோ. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இதில் கண்டிஷன் என்ன சொன்னான்னா, I want to belong to you. I belong to you and I do not belong to anything else. I belong to you alone. And second, I do not want to belong to anybody else or anything else. மற்ற இனம் காமங்கள் மாற்றேலோரம் பாவாய் அப்படின்னா. One, I want to belong to you. Two, even more important, I do not want to belong to anything else. My mind should not become attracted to anything else. Therefore, please make sure it does not go away anywhere else. Adhanale, Rama tells Sugriva here, if once they have come to me and have declared themselves as belonging to me, I shall hold them, treasure them, cherish them, protect them forever. Give them freedom from fear. Therefore, Anayainau Harisreshta Dattamasya Bhayam Maya Vibhishanova Sugriva Yadiva Ravana Swayam. Bhagavan Shri Rama says, Dattam அப்படின்னு சொல்றார். Dadami அப்படின்னு ஒரு வார்த்தை, Dattam அப்படின்னு ஒரு வார்த்தை. They mean the same thing with different tenses. Dadami, I shall give. I give. Sanskritla dadami அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு I give abhayam. I give freedom from fear. I give fearlessness. Dadami. Dattam has been given already. Has been அப்படிங்கிறது இல்லையா? I give has been given. Has been given means already given. Vibhishana has not yet met Rama, but Rama tells, hey Sugriva, Anayainam Harisreshta, O best among monkeys, Anayainam, bring him here. Yenna, Dattamasya Bhayam Maya, I have already given him freedom from fear. I have already given him abhayam. Dattamasya Bhayam Maya, Dattam. ஆளை கூட பார்க்க வேண்டாமா, பெருமாளுக்கு நம்மளை பார்க்கணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லையா, ஃபேஸ் டு ஃபேஸ் இன்டர்வியூலாம் வேண்டாம். Before giving us abhayam, Bhagavan does not even need to meet us face to face. It seems if we stand there, எட்டகனுண்டு பகவானே சரணாகதி பண்றேன்னு சொன்னாலே போருமாம், பகவான் சரணாகதி நம்மள அக்செப்ட் பண்ணி விடுறான். பகவான் accepts our சரணாகதி and grants us abhayam. Not only that, Rama tells Sugriva, go bring Vibhishana, and just in case, Rama koru napasha. Rama has ஒரு hope, ஒரு சின்ன desire. என்னன்னா, in case seeing Vibhishana has come away, if suppose Ravana has also come, by the time Sugriva goes there to bring Vibhishana, suppose Ravana is also standing there saying, I have also come to surrender to Rama, then the Sugriva fellow will come running again. Ayyo, Ravana himself has come, what should I do? அப்படின்னு. அதனால Bhagavan says, don't come back in case Ravana himself has come. Vibhishanova Sugriva Yadiva Ravana Swayam. Even if Ravana himself has come there, bring him too. Bring Vibhishana, or if Ravana himself is standing there, bring Ravana also. அப்படின்னு ராமர் சொல்றார். And two aspects இருக்கு. One, the attitude of this person surrendering to Bhagavan. Other, Bhagavan's attitude in receiving the person who is surrendering to him. So far we have only seen Bhagavan's attitude. Even before the surrender has come and met Bhagavan and expressed this bhava, Bhagavan has already given abhayam. அவ்வளோ அவசரம் அவருக்கு. என்ன தெரியறது இதுல இருந்து அப்படின்னா, what do we learn from this? அவ்வளோ அவசரம் பகவானுக்கு. Bhagavan is so impatient to accept us. He is so impatient to accept us that the very fact that we are probably, most likely, perhaps thinking of surrendering to him itself is enough for him to already vouchsafe abhayam to us. இனிமேதான் கேட்க போறார். Vibhishana is going to be brought to his presence and he is going to say his piece only now. Already Bhagavan has given abhayam to him. இதான் பகவானோட impatience. கதைக்காக மாத்திரம் இல்லை, that is why Ramayana is there. Ramayana is there to tell us, to show us how Bhagavan behaves. Lenaka, we do not know, we will never understand this hurry, this impatience that Hari has. கதை சொல்றவாள் எப்படி சொல்லுவா அப்படின்னா, கஜேந்திர மோட்சத்துல when Gajendra calls out to Bhagavan after suffering for a long time fighting with the crocodile, when the elephant Gajendra finally calls out to the Lord gets on to Garuda and comes rushing, it seems. Garudan எப்படின்னா, இப்பவே சொன்னோம், nobody can fly like Garuda can fly அப்படின்னு Rama himself says. Garuda is super fast, it seems. ஆனால் Bhagavan was in such a hurry, he found Garuda to be so slow that he jumped off Garuda, held Garuda's neck under his armpit and rushed to Gajendra's side, and then when he was close by, he sat upon Gajendra and then appeared as though he had just come on Garuda to provide refuge to Gajendra. Katha matram illa idu, it is not merely a story. ஏதோ பாகவத ஸ்டோரின்னு நினச்சிக்க வேண்டாம். And Swami in those days used to go to see his devotees. Swami would go from Prashanthi to Kuppam or to other place, Chennai, எல்லாம் வருவார். Swami used to often come to Chennai. This I'm talking about in 50s and 60s. 50s. அப்பெல்லாம் what Swami it seems would do is, he will get into the car and they will drive the car, and then they come to the highway. Swami will say, enough, you will stop the car. So they'll stop, pull over by the side of the highway, they'll get down. Swami will swap and come to the driver's seat and Swami will drive. When Swami drives, Swami will simply floor the accelerator. Zoom போகும். அந்த காலத்துல அவ்வளவு டிராஃபிக்கும் இருக்காது. In those days there would not be that much traffic also. What traffic for the divine? அவ்வளோ ஃபாஸ்ட்டாக ஓட்டின்னு வருவாங்க. Swami used to drive so fast that the people sitting, they'll be white knuckled in fear. அப்படியா Bhagavan will drive and come. ஏன் அப்படின்னா, he'll come driving with such a great speed, such a great impatience. For what is the reason? Not because he's a car fanatic, not because he's a racing enthusiast or something. He races for what? To give grace. He's racing to grace. என்னத்துக்கு ரேஸ் பண்றாங்க? So that he can get there and be with his devotees sooner. அவன் கூப்பிடுறாளே, அவள்லாம் காத்துட்டு இருக்காளே. When the moment they knew, the news is reaching them that Bhagavan is on their way to see him, அப்போ how will their hearts pine for him? அப்போ Bhagavan rushed to be with them. So ஏதோ this does not happen only in Srimad Bhagavatam. அதுக்கு தான் அவதாரம் வேணும். When Bhagavan comes as an avatara, we get an insight into the inner workings of Bhagavan's heart. How does Bhagavan work? I told you some time ago how Swami would come for darshan and he would be sitting there and think, is it time already? Is it time already? Is it time already? Illa Swami, there is still some more time. No Swami, there is still some more time. Why that hurry? Why that impatience now? To give grace thane. Appo, it is entirely acceptable that Sri Rama, even without seeing Vibhishana, says, I have accepted him, bring him. உடனே கூட்டின்னு வரா. They bring Ravana there. அந்த உடனே Vibhishana, they bring Vibhishana there. Vibhishana immediately falls flat upon the ground at Sri Rama's feet. पादयोर निपपाताय चतुर्भिः सह राक्षसैः सतु रामस्य धर्मात्मा निपपात विभीषणः पादयोर निपपाताथ चतुर्भिः सह राक्षसैः. Along with all the 4 rakshasas who came along with him, he falls flat upon the ground at Rama's feet. Anujo Ravanasyakham. तेन चास्म्यवमानितः भवन्तं सर्वभूतानां शरण्यं शरणं गतः परित्यक्ता मया लंका मित्राणि च धनानि च भवद्गतं हि मे राज्यं जीवितानि सुखानि च. Ida Sharanagati. What is Sharanagati? No? The words of Vibhishana represent Sharanagati. He says, Bhavantam sarvabhutanam sharanyam. Bhavantam, to you, sarvabhutanam sharanyam, who is the refuge of all beings, sharanam gataha. In the sharanam gataha is Sharanagati. I have entered into your refuge. I am the youngest brother of Ravana, and having been insulted by him, I have sought you, who are the refuge of the entire world, as my refuge. I have sought you as my refuge, you who are the refuge of the entire world. And for that, what have I done, Abdinna? Parityakta maya Lanka. I have given up Lanka. I have renounced Lanka. Mitrani. I have renounced all my friends. Danani. I have renounced all my wealth. And Bhavadgatam hime rajyam. Bhavadgatam. In you. Bhavadgatam. Abdina. In you they are. Enadina. Me rajyam. My kingdom. My hometown. Yeah, he is not a king. Anna kingdom is my hometown. My rajyam. My motherland is now in you. Jeevitam. My life is in you. Sukhani. All my pleasures are in you. Bhavadgatam hime rajyam jeevitam cha sukhani cha. My entire life now is in your hands. My happiness is in your hands. Your hands are not Bhavadgatam. They are all in you. They have gone to you. Bhavadgatam. They have gone to you. What has gone to you? My life has gone to you. My happiness has gone to you. My pleasure, sukha has gone to you. Everything has gone to you. Bhavadgatam. They are all at your disposal. My life, my happiness, my wealth, my friends, my family, everything is at your disposal. Everything is yours. Abdina Tavasmi. All is yours. Abdina Vibhishana surrenders to Sri Rama. And get out of it. Tasya tad vachanam shrutva Ramo vachanam abravit vachasa santayitvainam lochanabhyam pibanniva. When he has surrendered in this manner to him, Apo, good question. We'll come to that. When he has surrendered in this manner to Rama, what does Rama do? Abdina? Rama looks at him. Eppadi paakrar abdina? Lochanabhyam pibanniva. Lochanabhyam, with his eyes, pibanniva, drinking. Rama looks at Vibhishana so affectionately, with so much love, that it looks as though he is drinking Vibhishana in through his eyes. Vibhishana has come and said, I am yours. Even Sugriva surrendered to Rama. Sugriva surrendered in the hopes that he will get back his wife, he will get back his kingdom. Even though Janna, it is already yours, Rama. It's all yours. Vibhishana Sharanagati Parisha Chona. Bharata also came and surrendered to Sri Rama. And what did Bharata expect? Bharata wanted Rama to come back. Bharata wanted Rama to agree with his desire, agree with his prayer, grant him his prayer. Leah? Bharata wanted Rama to grant him his prayer. Sugriva wanted Rama to exchange an offer. What offer does Vibhishana present? Nothing. What prayer does Vibhishana present? Nothing. I have been spurned there. Shari, you have been spurned there, you go somewhere else. Why did you come here? Bhavadgatam hime rajyam jeevitam cha sukhani cha. Because everything is in you. My life is you, my pleasure is you, my joy is you, my wealth is you, my friends are you, everything is you, therefore I have come here. What do you want now? What do you want? I don't want anything. I never said I wanted anything. Did I say I wanted something? Vibhishana never opens his mouth and says to Rama, I want this from you. Please kill Ravana and give the kingdom over to me. Sollaliye. At least save a couple of Rakshasas. Sollaliye. Another Bhavadgatam he may Rajyam Sollutane. My kingdom belongs to you. The life and the death of all the Rakshasas are already yours. I have not come here to plead for the life of Rakshasas also. Some people say Vibhishana surrendered to Rama so that at least a few Rakshasas may be spared. So in order for his own, some people, have a bit of a problem, a moral dilemma as it were. In a dilemma, is Vibhishana right in betraying his brother? They feel a bit odd about it. So in order to justify it, what they will say, they will say, he did not betray his brother as such. For the sake of the greater welfare of Lanka, for the greater welfare of all the Rakshasas, he went and surrendered to Rama so that at least for his sake, Rama will not vanquish, annihilate all the Rakshasas. But he doesn't say that. He doesn't ask for anything. He doesn't say anything. Then he has come and surrendered. Why has he surrendered? What for has he surrendered now? I do not have any other refuge. I do not have any other place to go to. I have no destination. You are my destination. When you are my destination, where will I go? That is why I have surrendered. Now you do with me what you please. Whether you accept me or reject me, send me kicking, kill me, imprison me, it's all up to you. I cannot say anything. I have one day. You are the refuge of all the worlds. Upon question on this is the first time Vibhishana is meeting Rama. How does he know Rama to be the Sarvaloka Sharanyan? Uttarakandathila, we find the story of the three brothers, Ravana, Kumbhakarna and Vibhishana, how they performed the tapasya. Rama himself is eager to know the stories. Adhanale he learns about it. In that, when Ravana, Kumbhakarna and Vibhishana did a tapasya, Brahma appeared in front of them. Each one asked for their boon. About Vibhishana said, I want Hari Bhakti. I want Hari Bhakti. He asked. Adhanale Brahma said, alright, I'll give you Bhakti. And not only Bhakti, Bhagavan himself will come. You can surrender to that Bhagavan. He will take the form of Sri Rama. When Bhagavan Sriman Narayana, your Aradhya Devata, your worshipped deity, your chosen deity, Hari, when he becomes Rama, you surrender to him. You will be able to go to him. You will be able to serve him. What does this remind us of? Idhe madri Brahma kitta yaro keta. Illaya, yarunna? Nandagopa and Yashoda. Srimad Bhagavatatila, Nanda and Yashoda, who were Vasus, Drona and Dhara, before Krishna Avataram, when Brahma announced Bhagavan is going to take an avatara, these two went and said, we will take any form, that is alright, but let us have Hari Bhakti. Hari Bhakti ketuto manal Hariye namakita. Again and again, this is the truth. All you should ask for is prema. All you should ask for from Bhagavan is Bhagavat Prema, Bhagavat Bhakti. If you ask for Bhakti, Bhagavan will come knocking on your door. Vibhishana is not the one who traveled the distance. Rama was the one who traveled the distance. Vibhishana merely crossed the ocean. From all the way from Srivaikuntam to Ayodhya, from Ayodhya all the way to Dandakaranya, from Dandakaranya all the way to Tripurlani. Bhagavan is the one who has walked and come, and Vibhishana has merely flown over to meet him. Adhe Madri, even in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is Bhagavan who makes the journey from Mathura to Nandavraja. Nandagopa and Yashoda do not go. It is Bhagavan who is coming. They ask for Bhakti. If you ask for Bhakti, then everything is ours. So how did Vibhishana alone get this opportunity now? Vibhishana asked for Bhakti. Now we know the secret. Anna, how did he ask for Bhakti? He did tapasya for Bhakti. He lived his life for the sake of Bhakti so that he may attain Bhagavad Bhakti. From this moment onwards, if we also decide that the life that I am going to lead in such a way that Bhagavan will be pleased to give me Bhakti. So then Bhagavan blesses me. Bhagavan kuduklana parvala Brahma ta vaangipo. Brahma da general kudukaravar. Bhagavan kudukara solla mudiyadhu. Brahma will give Bhakti to us. Brahma, history has shown that when somebody asks Brahma for Bhakti, Brahma never says no, Brahma gives it. Brahma nature give all Bara. If we live our life in such a way that the aim of my life is to have Achanchala Bhakti. unswerving devotion towards Bhagavan. எனக்கு வேற ஒன்றும் வேண்டாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டா எல்லாம் வந்துடும். The moment you say, I do not want anything, all the idiots of the world are busy running behind all the things of the world saying, சும்மா பக்தி பண்ணிட்டே இருந்தா எல்லாம் கிடைச்சிடுமான்னு சொல்லுவா. If you keep doing bhakti, will you get everything அப்படின்னு. ஆனால் நம்பாதீங்க. Don't listen to them. Please do not listen to them. They are idiots. When you look at them, you can, with lot of love in your heart, label them IDIOT. கவலைப்படாதீங்க. பிரேமையோட பண்ணுங்க. Do it with love. Do not hate them. Do not criticize them. With lot of love in your heart, you put them in the idiot basket. You picture them sitting in the corner with the dunce cap. You mentally picture பண்ணிடு. But don't listen to them. Yenna, what does all the scriptures reveal to us? Those who ask for bhakti get Bhagavan himself. Get Bhagavan himself. Vibhishana is going to become the king. Mahabali Chakravarti became the king. Andal became worshipped by everybody. Nandagopal and Yashoda also became Nandarani. Nandaraja and Yashoda Rani. She was called Nandarani. But they also became Raja and Rani now. At a worldly level you will get all prosperity. Spiritually you will get Bhagavan himself. You can have the cake and eat it too. What more can we ask for? Ihathaliyam sukham, parathaliyam sukham. We can be happy all over, all together. All that we need to do to gain so much is pray for bhakti. Adathan நம்ம ஆண்டாள் அழகா சொல்லி கொடுத்தா நமக்கு. எற்றைக்கும் ஏழு பிறவிக்கும் உந்தன்னோருற்றோமையாவோம் உனக்கே நாம் ஆட்செய்வோம் மற்ற நம் காமங்கள் மாற்றேலோரெம்பாவாய். That is why we praise Andal so much. Only for Chitranjirgale. அவ சொன்ன சிற்றஞ்சிறுகாலேக்கே இவ்வளோ ப்ரைஸ் பண்ண வேண்டியிருக்கு இவ்வளோ. Just for one Bhagavad Gita we say Gitacharyan we say so much about Krishna இல்லையா? For the sake of one Sarvadharman Parityaja Shlokam. We worship Rama for the sake of this one Shloka Sakrideva Prapannaya. அந்த மாதிரி we worship Andal for the sake of one Pasuram of Tripavai, சிற்றஞ்சிறுகாலே பாசுரத்துக்காகவே. ஏன்னா where she clearly makes it abundantly clear to all of us, teaches all of us what should we ask for. Seva from Bhagavan, Kainkaryam, ask for bhakti from Bhagavan. உங்கள்கிட்ட பிரேம இருந்தா போறோம் பகவான். Let me have love for you. Let me have undiluted, unswerving love for you. அப்படின்னு சொன்னார். That much is enough. जानकी कांत स्मरणम आंजनेय स्वामी की. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु. लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु. लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. तत्सत् श्री साईश्वराय.